What is up, guys? Sorry for taking such a long break. I had to deal with school and I had to deal with finals, and I was just like barely passing, so I'm never gonna let this happen again where I take 3 months to upload another video. What's up, guys? It's Wes Cruz, and before we get into this video, I would like to apologize for not being consistent or honest with posting. I honestly got really burnt out making this front bumper, and it just because it took so long, and I realized that I had a lot of mistakes that I should have corrected beforehand. But now that I learned, I already knew this was a learning experience, but this year has just been a curveball. This year's been so busy, and it's just also been so hectic. We all know 2020 sucks, so you know, I just had to take a few months off. I just really wasn't feeling it, and I also didn't waste my time. I not only stopped working on that, but I also finished up my car. I'm finally full bolt-ons. I'm also bagged. I got bags finally. That was what I was doing these last few months, and you know, even though I wasn't being consistent on YouTube, I was still being productive, and I'm pretty happy with how it turns out right now. I wrapped it in this 3M deep space gloss flip. I don't think that's the exact name, but it's my favorite color so far. But sadly, I'm kind of rewrapping the car. This was my first color I ever decided to wrap, so it's not the best. It looks really good from 5 feet, good 5 feet. But when you get really close, you can see how bad I messed up. Like what the hell is this? Okay. Before I started filming the front bumper videos, I was actually just axle back exhaust tips and straight piped, and that was it. But now I got an NVIDIA catback exhaust system, ISR long tube headers, and what are they called? InGen cold air intakes. So now I'm full bolt-ons. I'm just waiting on this ECU Tech tune to come in, and I'll be fully ready. I'll be sick. And just a couple months ago, I decided to add on the bags. Here, I'm gonna show you guys the system. All right, and it's a pretty hidden air tank. And my little generators back there. Yeah, and I freaking love it. I decided to do a budget setup and just get the bags over springs. And you know, it looks so good. Like, I don't care about the ride quality. As long as it looks pretty, that's all that matters, right? Yeah, and if you guys didn't notice, I also powder coated my rims this white color, and I freaking love it. It looks way better than the gold because it was also like fading away. And you know, here she is. All right. Now I'm back on this body kit build. I'm going to explain why the front bumper didn't finish and explain what flaws there were. Because not only am I going to show the flaws, but I'm going to explain how I'm going to fix them the next time I make a bumper. The side skirts are going to be the test trial, because I'm going to do the rear bumper right after it and see, hopefully this next method I do doesn't fail like the first one did. So here, let's go see the front bumper, and let me go explain what's wrong. Alright, sorry there's clutter everywhere. You know, it's just been sitting here for the last several months. But the main thing that gave me problems was it wasn't measured right. Whenever I laid down the foam, I didn't put enough foam, and whenever I didn't, I just started layering down the drywall compound. That's not the right way to do things. I should have figured out how long things should be and at least get a design in the way, like a frame. I needed a frame to begin creating this, but I just winged it. I just guesstimated and kept guesstimating. That took so long to get it to where this is at, and it's not even 70% done. So now learning this, I'm gonna create a frame in the beginning out of this foam-like material. It's like foam board. I'm gonna create that, and then I'm gonna lay down the foam onto it. Hopefully it'll be sturdy enough. I just plan on hot gluing these frames together onto the bumper or side skirts, and it should be able to work. It should hold it in. We'll see. It's a test. It's a method. I'm just thinking stuff, and just hopefully it applies and it works. So, and the other thing I had a big problem was, this thing is so heavy. It's like 70 pounds. People in the comments were right. They were saying, yo, isn't this thing gonna be heavy? Yeah, I can't even lift this up by myself. It's just too much. I'm thinking about restarting it, and I'm not gonna hurt myself over not finishing it. Even though I dedicated a lot of time and money into it, it is what it is, you know? You make mistakes, you gotta learn from them. So I'm gonna learn from this one, try a different method, and hopefully I don't have this problem again. So that being said, I'm not gonna use the drywall next time. That's gonna be a method gone because it also costed me a lot. Like the drywall was in gallons, and each of those gallons were like $15, $17, and like I bought like 8 of them. 8 of them for this. Okay, I'm kind of being over dramatic, but you know, it's a lot. Like I'm broke. I'm a broke college student. Back in school, I'm broke. So this is the next color. I'm also gonna wrap the card. It's Tiffany. Hope you guys like it. My homie was able to give me this roll. Thank you, Ken Trey. You sick. All right. Now let me go explain how I'm gonna do the side skirts now. After I just explained how this rear bumper or this front bumper didn't work. So. All right, and for the side skirts, I'm actually gonna leave the side splitters on, and we're gonna keep that as a part of the frame that I was gonna lay down anyways. But since it's riveted on, it'll be even more sturdy than the foam will be. And I'll just add foam right here and right there, and everything should be just fine. And then laying down the foam later, and then I'll cut it off the next day. It's like 101 degrees outside right now. The only clothes I got is sweatpants and a Seahawks shirt. God. That's what the OEM looks like, and I'm about to make it what I want it to look like. So I tried my best with the pen because that's all I got right now. So it's kind of like the Nismo V1 side skirts where it juts out a little bit, but however I want it to stick out like this type of style. We're gonna get started on that, and I just drew from right here. So, yeah. So here's that foam board stuff I was talking about. It should be able to withstand the foam, like it shouldn't melt through it or have any problem with it because I think it's the same material. Either way, it'll hold it in just well enough, and I think the hot glue is strong enough to make it stay in place because the foam just fills in spots. So if I just glue on a lot and glop it down, we should be Gucci. So I'm gonna get started cutting. I'm just literally cutting the triangles because kind of like that shape I want. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just need this to hold in the foam. And we got these two. One will be on this end. Look at that, perfect. My hand's cool. It's probably not going to stick out this much. Ow! My hand again! Ow! Ow! I know it kind of looks like artsy, craftsy, childish stuff, but I believe this stuff is strong enough to hold it down. And on a budget. So whatever works, right? just created the frames. This should be able to hold in the foam good enough to be able to expand and fit in just fine without it over expanding. And even so, if it does over expand, luckily this type of part isn't that hard to trim anyways, because it's like a straight triangle, and that's all that needs to be done, unlike this chunky boy. But should be able to get this done, foamed up in less than 5 minutes. I should be wearing gloves, but I ran out, so we're just gonna wing it anyways and wash our hands. So let's get started. I'm really tired. It's a hot ass day. So great stuff. Let's get this bread. Dang guys, I haven't done this in months. I'm actually really happy that I'm getting back into this, so please like this video, and I promise you guys I will stay consistent. I guess one little can does whole side skirt basically. Probably gonna use 2-3 cans for this because I want it to be like fully prepared, you know. So what's crazy is like that didn't even need to be there. Like I thought that was gonna be helpful, but this little fin thing ain't worth anything. Just use this. Anyways, I can get on the other side. Foamed up. All right guys, sorry the battery died, but here's all the foam laid down. Now I just gotta wait for a day for it to fully dry, and I'll get back to it sanding. And I'm pretty excited. I'm like, now seeing it looks even better and closer to what I envisioned. So, see you guys the next day. Yo, what's up guys? It's the next day, and the foam expanded, and it looks pretty decent. I like how it turned out, but you know, it's not perfect. Foamed up really nice. And there's a couple of spots need a little bit more whenever I finish sanding it down. You know, this is something to start off with. Very rough. Oh, very rough. We'll get it down to that triangle shape like I did in that drawing. And yeah, let's get started sanding. Really see it at this angle, it looks so low, but you know, I thought the side splitter was gonna hold more foam down, but it actually did the opposite. It didn't hold any foam. So hot glue those back on the bottom. We're gonna make it expand a little bit further out. It may stick out pretty cool. Like I think with this camber it'll stick out just perfectly with the tire, so I think it's gonna be so badass whenever it's all said and done. But you know, oh my goodness, my brain just kind of clicked in my head. Since it's laying flat like this, I could just lay the boards down underneath. I know, right? I'm such a genius. Wow. I'll just stare at it. Let's go. Props! Alright. foam is laid down. It's looking really chunky, but tomorrow we're gonna sand it down, and I just gotta let this rest for 24 hours. I'll see you guys the next day.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
For today, I'm gonna continue on the next day. I gotta go to the store and get more expanding foam and a couple more supplies. So, see you guys then. Oh wait, let me show you what they look like. Looks way better. I did this in like less than an hour, which is really surprising. So, I'm gonna just leave it really rough right now because I still gotta fill in those low spots like I did on this side. So, we'll get back to this the next day. All right. It's actually a new week, and I've been sanding down the foam consistently almost every single day. I got it down to a point where I want it, and now I'm ready to fiberglass it today. So that's exciting. This is a phase I've never done yet because the other one I didn't reach because I still didn't finish sanding that portion. But We're gonna lay this down. I'm gonna get it all prepped. Mix up the epoxy, but first, I gotta go trim out my fiberglass sheets real quick. And yeah, let's get into it.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of bird.
seals up this edge good enough. So when I sand it again, there's no problems. But, you know, there's always something with fabrication. It's not perfect, but it was really uneven right here. So, just testing it out. Light test. Wasn't anything crazy. It's the next day. Holy crap. It's also like really solid. It's not coming off. It's lived up to its hype. I'm pretty happy how it is, but I gotta sand it down and make it smooth and see how it will hold up when it's all the way finished. So, but right now, this stuff, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 worth of $60. And I barely used any of this stuff. So, I'm gonna go start sanding. I'm gonna start with a little bit of a higher grit, just in case we don't smooth too fast, but either way, it's looking awesome. Alright guys, that'll do it for part 4. Sorry again, I took a year plus to make this video. But this new year's gonna change things. We're about to get into this hella hardcore. So expect more content coming. It's a little bit shorter than this long video, but again, I'm coming back strong. We're gonna finish the body kit soon. I'm pretty excited to get this done, and the rear bumper's almost on its way. I'll see you guys in part 4.